I have a client in New York and she's shopping for kitchen cabinets, and I'm totally freaking out because I'm not there to stop her from buying the crap that they try to sell you. And there's 3 in particular that are the absolute worst cabinets you should avoid when you're shopping for kitchen cabinets. And I know you can get caught up in all the bells and whistles and the gadgets and the doodads and the pullouts and all the wow stuff that's out there. But some of it doesn't fit your life. Make sure that those extras are things that are going to make your life more simple. They're going to help with the function of your kitchen. The 3rd cabinet is kind of controversial, and you should stick to the end because I have some good reasons why I think you should listen to my argument.
About him, I'm always right. It's like when I'm right, and when I'm wrong, I could have been right. So I'm still right because I could have been wrong.
That makes sense.
So let's take a look at the first one, and that's a doozy. It's the corner cabinet. We all know that L-shaped door that sucks the life out of us, slowly nicking at the cabinet beside it, not closing properly when the tray thing is not in the right spot. The one solution I have seen that is good for that is when the door is actually mounted to the Lazy Susan, and so the door will turn with it. The problem with that is then the door looks like it's inset, so all the other doors have to be inset in order to match. And that makes the price ridiculous. And we might not want an inset look. Another alternative are these pull-out drawers or all these fancy little corner things that waste a ton of money and cost probably 10 times what a normal corner cabinet costs. The 2 solutions that I have found that do work, one I used in my kitchen and I love, and that's the trapezoid shape. So instead of having the 2 doors that bump, you have a single door and a Lazy Susan that spins 360 degrees with a rail on it so that things don't go flying off. The other alternative that works really well is the blind corner cabinet. A blind corner cabinet has a single door and dead space, which will die into the cabinet beside it in the corner. And so you'll pull stuff out this way and it'll turn and come to you so that you can see everything that's in the cabinet, and that works well. They are fairly pricey and they usually require a lot of space off the corner, so you need to plan for that. If you plan for the corner first, it makes laying out the cabinetry much easier. The second type of cabinet that I find that really does not work is doors with drawers behind them or pullouts behind them. And you'll see that a lot of times in pantries, and that's great. You have big bulky things that might be 24 inches deep. However, every time you want to get to something, you have to open both doors and then pull out the tray. And then you have to close the tray and close both drawers. You lose so much space.
To have the doors in front of the drawers, we have to set up a little filler here.
You've got to accommodate the tray itself inside the cabinet to pull out, or the drawer inside the cabinet to pull out. So you have hinges for that, the thickness of that. Then you have hinges for the door and the thickness for the door. So you've lost a lot of space inside the cabinet that in a kitchen, inches matter. That gives you a lot more room right there. The third type of cabinet that I absolutely do not recommend is going to cause all the stir because everyone loves it. The pull-out garbage pail. It sounds like a great idea. I love the idea. You pull it out, I'm chopping, I just scrape right into the bucket, right? Here's the problem.
Had this tiny little drop.
Chinese water torture. Imagine a watermelon rind, a half-drank bottle of water, 30 half-drank bottles of water. No matter what kind of hardware they use, over time, it will fail. If you have those wire ones, that's an absolute no from the start. Wood ones with the slides that are mounted and the bucket drops in. Looks good, right? Very sturdy. You're talking about a ½ inch fighting against the fat man on the other side of the seesaw. Over time, the fat man always wins. And a little bonus is the tip out for the sink. For your sponges there, they're usually on a really long cabinet because our sinks we want to be big, so they're a 36-inch cabinet. And it has 2 knobs, right? So everyone pulls on one knob to tip it, and one of the hinges breaks off over time. And you're putting a wet brush or sponge away in a closed, dark container with nowhere to drain. For me, it doesn't make any sense. If you'd like to know more about kitchen cabinetry, check out my video on how to spot a quality cabinet. Thanks so much for watching.